Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Put me again, you can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't put me again. Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't put me again.
What fi go to eat no money, what fi at you, eat no at you. Covid money, miss away in the year little rat you. Use the youth, the money, waste and must a man to statue. Say me like a catch you, but me got in a figure you. Take the spit of money, God and say that is not you. One day the man above him up him a got a bed. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly by like a patu. When singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me,
300%
it burn me.
Garbage pile up the day.
It burn me,
Give the teacher them
it
raise.
burn me.
I see corruption face.
It burn me,
Mash down the people them house.
it burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me,
Appear money them a thief.
it burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't put me again. Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't put me again.
Come me say dig up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The already promises none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, they rap and they down in our river. Member bold money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start like thief when them sell.
It burn me,
Or they treat the market man.
it burn me,
Or them a treat the cat man.
it burn me,
Or they treat the peanut man.
it burn me,
Or them a treat the dirt man.
it burn me,
Or them a treat the sun man.
it burn me,
Or them a treat policeman.
it burn me,
How them a treat soldier man.
it burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't put me again. Can't put me again. You can't.
Stibby dim day. We in Global TV say certain kind of friend we no keep. And some informer friend we love like. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona thief. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
Good night, and welcome. Thank you all for joining us in the little corner over here. So, how is everyone doing? I don't know which side of me to stay on tonight. I don't know tonight if I should be hinged or I should be unhinged. Which do you choose? Should I be hinged tonight or should I be unhinged because we're going all over the place tonight, you know. All over the place. Like and share the live tonight because you might never know when it might broke down into an utter cascade over here tonight. So like and share the live. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Welcome, oh, welcome. What a war this evening. No, sir. Qualified dunce. Qualified dunce. Good evening. Oh, no, no, self, but I will get to it. Qualified dunce. Failed Jamal school. But yet, you're in the highest office of the land. Never mind it. Never mind, never mind, never mind. Sharon Bernard, Marcia Thomas, good evening, good evening. Bevan Brown, real sweet. Sunshine, good evening. Beat and Teach, good evening, and welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Empress Deb, good evening and welcome. Gloria Morris, good evening. Andrea Joan Hamilton Wilson, Abena Sarkodi, good evening. Evan Riley, good evening. Norman Ferguson, good evening. Michael Nepper, Don Mel, Miranda Rodder, Canadian Gal, Paula Shelley, Bros, Carlene Stewart. Good evening. Which side am I fit hand pan tonight? The unstoppable one. Good evening. Which side am I fit hand pan? Holy for me tonight, you know. You're gonna get the 10 personalities of me tonight because when it comes to our country, you can't use one personality. You'll be too dull and docile. You have to be able to invoke. We're gonna set up tonight, you know. I'll set up where I keep tonight because I say we're going to play with Duppy tonight. And if you're going to play with Duppy, then you have to go and set up first, don't? Evan Bradford, good evening. Hey, Jesus. What a calamity is. Carl Crowd. Good evening. Karen Wagwan, bro. Atsima Color. Cuz to Cuz, good evening. Janet Beckford, Christine Gilbert, Novlet Blake, Colin Marcia Gray, Michael Coley, good evening. Eugene Brown, good evening. Ann Ayers, good evening. Who do I start by? I'm going to address Trump immigration policy. This evening, we also have Trump immigration lists as well. Godfrey Davis, Sherrock promotion. But you know, yard sweet. So we have to chad to the ilks of ya. You don't call Marlon. Hey. You don't call me. Oh no, bro. I will call you when I done the live. Marlon, you don't call Marlon there. Make we sing for Marlon. Marlon call it. Him call us call Andrew Toilet Brush, you know. Prime Minister Toilet Brush. Prime Minister Toilet Brush. Who will start pan first tonight? You? Because you deserve a little brushing, you know.
Say don't let nobody use you. Don't let nobody fool you, Hey, you know easy you say. I said don't let nobody use you. Don't let nobody fool you, And I say you know easy you say. You make you know easy you say. You know what you say. You know easy you say. You know what you say. You make you know easy you say. Don't let nobody use you. Don't let nobody fool you, God. Hey, you know This is the last of God.
Don't make nobody fool you, Marlon. Don't make nobody use you, Marlon. You don't see a be a use you get. Marlon. You don't see a toilet paper, then turn you in over the Jamaica Labour Party. Everything, you know. Minister Green shut. Minister Mout. Are you run out? Daphne, how are you? Everything happen. Everything fi fix. A Minister Mout run out. President Green shut. Are you run out? You know, sister, they don't want your boy. You know, sister, them only have you as a mouthpiece. Look pan all feather. Not even talk about feather. Feather in the political spheres already. But look pan Tam Tavares' son. Ask Jamaica people what they know about Tavares' son. Them know about Delano. Can always out here platter in mouth like a mass Ephraim Branhag. So you can see Delano walk for in ticket. But Tam Tavares Finson, son Christian Tavares, only coming with his father dry blood on his hands. Who know of Christian Tavares in public life? What on earth does Christian do to just jump out of his father crackpot and jump into a political seat? We don't think that's so easy it go. We need to cut out this hereditary bullshit in our politics, where father and son and mother and daughter and wife and husband hold on to power in our country. That's why we can't get good representation. That's why everything I fall apart for Andrew, because Andrew Oldest only want to line himself with thieves and loyalists, and it cause the breakdown with Mike Henry would drape you. Pan him die in bed yesterday. I never even know say people pan them die in bed can walk and drape people. Everything, Prime Minister, is falling apart. Right, and not even back of you to fall apart, you know. Right in front of your very eyes, Prime Minister. Right in front of your crooked very eyes. You mean I don't have that one in here? Right in front of your crooked very eyes, Prime Minister. It is all falling apart because you're a crook. And everything you want to just make sure you maintain power for you and your cronies because Jamaica belongs to you. Nobody enough to have fair political representation, Andrew. If you're not Andrew loyalist, if you not decide to rob and thief Prime Minister from the poor, you can't get a seat. It is why the Prime Minister is acting so desperately for push Delroy, Chanel, how you do? For push Delroy Williams, pan the people them. For push Tam Tavares Finson. Tam Tavares Finson, beg on a pardon. What we see go down pan his knee. Pull your zip down and work hard. Cost the Integrity Commission every day. All to defend and protect Andrew Holness. All for what? Just to get a seat for his son. And nothing else, you know. All you see, we have to come out here every minute. Come correct Tam Tavares. No, Tom. The law says so. No, Tom. Here is it. No, Tom. Here is it. Tom regularly run around and create all of these make until we find out Tom was only doing it for a seat. So let me ask you something, Tom. Does this preparation for Christian go even further? Bloody hand, Tom. Because if you remember, Tom, in the assassination of your son-in-law, the father of your grandson, Dog Paw, you were said to play a role in it, Tom, by giving Juliet wholeness, the movement and whereabouts of your daughter's car, whose Dog Paw was in. You know the usual story, fire at me and we return fire and baps your uncle. But from them time they are work for your seat, Tom, and not today. So the set we see you take on the Integrity Commission, and not just now. There's a reason why you were doing it. But the people don't know your son. Is it that you plan to buy the seat? Why? You know, he said, Delano Steve right buy you already. But to you, Mr. Samoda, you can solve the problem, you know. You really can solve the problem. You know what to do. When one party annoy you, Mr. Samoda, you generally switch and go over to the other one. So me don't know why you play monkey story if your sister them want push you away without in then give you your rose. Me would walk off with my rose in the Mr. Samoda. Original youth J.A. Me would walk off. But how dare Uno I rely upon taking over Carl Samoda's seat, given that Carl Samoda takes home that seat for whether be JLP or PNP. If Uno fit take home the seat successfully, Uno need Mr. Samoda one blessing. You also need the support of Mr. Samoda's delegates and workers in order to bring home the seat. What if they chose to rebel against you and decide not to work with you? Beat and Teach Wago and Kevin Davis. What if they decide to rebel against you and not work with you? Nobody don't know Christian Tavares. At least we know the town crier, Delano Seawright. At least we know the criminal. One which I would not support in any way, given what we knew Delano Seawright did and what he's capable of. When him go down, they go mash up the raft and things them, and then turn around and tell a lie to the media, and then in a private conversation said something totally different. I could not support him. But then again, you have to use the old fears, the less that they are, the less of the evil. One of them come from a family where love assassinate even their very own. Would you trust Tom? Would you trust Tom Tavares and his family? Tom Tavares, who have to go home, go face him grandson every night? I don't know if I would trust anybody coming out of Tavares' family.
Dr. Chan come out and make an announcement that Mr. Samoda will not go back without consulting Mr. Samoda. And Mr. Sam would I hear it in the public just like all of us. And Mr. Sam would have said, all right. And he come out and he endorsed young Sibright, who have been working closely with him over the years. And because a particular person close to the leadership of the Labour Party who want his choice and not prepare for a selection, and Dr. Chan cannot get his way to corrupt the delegate list. This is what it has come to. For those who see me as a what, you're free to attack me now. This is shameful and disgrace on the Labour Party. Where is the constitution of the Labour Party? It only used when certain people have no interest. Once certain people have interest, the constitution of the Labour Party tear up, put in the rubbish bag and send to the river Tantum. This is a national disgrace on the Labour Party and very shameful because a particular person is close to the leader, want his choice without a selection. And Mr. Sam would have determined. Never.
Yes, Christian Tavares. Where is Christian? Yeah. Christian Tavares just want bore him way in. Have done nothing in public life. Nobody don't know about Christian Tavares. Nothing in public life. And then because Andrew and Tom cook up some farmer deal, them want to come impose him upon the people. If Mr. Samud don't agree with him not go get there. Simple put. Because Mr. Samuda's delegates and workers is important to him bringing in the seat. The Brahman cow buy it already. Make the Brahman cow go on with it. See Mike Henry drape you and draw you in front of him on his sickbed. Andrew, this is how politically weak Andrew is. Don't miss this. This is how politically weak the Prime Minister is. When the Prime Minister can be threatened and summoned by an MP on bed who has not attended Parliament for quite some time, it is a serious sign of weakness in the Prime Minister's leadership, as well as the Prime Minister's bid for a third term. Because no matter how you see my rant around and economic management, and I'm tired to hear the word economy. I'm tired of that word. Prime Minister make economy look stale and cheap and old-fashioned when nobody no want to hear about the long time sin thing, because the Prime Minister never miss for putting economy in anything. All if you don't have nothing to do with economy, Prime Minister have to find a way draw economy in the midst. That's just a few of the wrangles, Prime Minister, the Henriquez debacle again. It's only, and that's only a few of the weak seats. But not the weakness may I focus on in a Prime Minister. When you not go wash the dirty linen in a crowd, make the whole away here. Me not have to walk up, me not have to hide, and people around corner like me not wait panina. Rosemary Samuels, Ada James, Monica Wills. Me not have to dodge round corner and go on like say, me not wait pan the disgrace. Shauna Smith, Chanel Williams. Me there wait pan long time. So on my case, man, on my case, all the power out here get tired, Carlene Richards. whole heap away out here, I get tired, Jamashly, because we're waiting for the disgrace. Because we know it's going to happen, you know. We know a pig, it have to happen. Jeanette McIntosh. It have to happen, Delroy Henry. Sarah's ears, Paul Bogle. We know a pig, can't miss it. So not just make case because the amount of bangarang on have up and down the country. It bound for kick off. So I don't wanna go on like say hell nah break away. Jesus see them here. Qualified dons. Fail basic school. We study no Jamal and still fail. Let me see if I can say this in English. Okay, if I talk in a patwa tonight, I'm going to fire up the one with bad word after bad word after so nasty bad word because our parents should be embarrassed. The two parent should be embarrassed. Somebody enough it done so. It's like for no dunceness around competition with Andrew thiefness. There's more and more and more and more of it. How no so dunce? Now Delroy Chuck. Now they're all forth. I know. Did any of you watch the Joint Select Committee and the Integrity Act today? Did anyone watch? Annie Jones. Did anyone watch? Oh, Violet Watson. Let me say this to their all. I think Delroy Chuck may be suffering from an early onset. Marlene Malahou fought just naturally dunce. Just naturally dunce. Is a part of Marlene. So you have to see with her. You see, when something is a part of another thing that you cannot separate, then you have to take that into consideration. So we have to see with Marlene. But these are two very high position of power and influence and Ferguson that is held by these two people. The attorney, they're not the attorney, the Minister of Justice and the Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs. How do I explain it for them to understand? Now, if you do not read the Integrity Act, you're never going to understand anything else about what the Integrity Commission does. You're never going to understand the review process of the act if you first, Delroy Chuck, and their all forth, if we don't know what powers are given to the Integrity Commission in the act, whatever you're doing, it's going to be wholly useless and misguided because the functions and powers of the act is misunderstood by the legislators. This is what is causing the problem, because what I noticed today is that the permanent secretaries who were a part of the Joint Select Committee, they knew of certain sections in the act that Delroy Chuck and Dolol Forth wasn't aware of. What we appeal for? Section 53, next week when them come back, a Section 53 going to be the big wahala. Because the only bit of the act that our politician, Norman Ferguson, Sophia, that our politicians are aware of is Section 53. It was shocking. Everett Warmington did done today, and poor thing, he did helpless. He couldn't do much because this is a review of legislation, and if you don't, and you don't understand, if I'm not quarreling, you see, truth today wasn't about quarreling, Everett. You couldn't open your mouth. Couldn't open your mouth because it wasn't about ripping off that big old jaws and throw it down for everybody to see. So your mouth couldn't open. If we don't read the act, I keep advising these people, read the act. Read the act. Uno are the two of the highest legal officers in our parliament as to how the system operates. The first highest would be the Attorney General, then the Minister of Justice, then the Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs, then the Solicitor General, then the old Madam Plod of a push it back in and turn it around, Paula. How uno to manage to get it so wrong? It means with all these confusions you all have been having, particularly since the Prime Minister's statutory declaration tabled on September 17, we're having massive problem. I don't know yet to read the act. Even the report, I don't know read either, Margaret Wilson, because today in the Joint Select Committee, the illicit six for Delroy Chuck always goes on. It shouldn't be in the report. They shouldn't be telling us about it. What? And the permanent secretary, not the permanent secretary, the parliamentary legal counsel, because in those meetings there are parliamentary legal counsel as well that are to advise them. And she have to point out those areas to him. No, a Minister of Justice, you're dealing with the reports, you're reviewing the legislation, but you haven't got a clue what's there. What's the point, is my question. What's the point of not troubling thing? You see why these set of people can't trouble with Constitution? Do you see? Just look at the contention with the Integrity Act and tell me if you will allow these people to play with your Constitution. If one act confused them so much, if they're not aware of what is in one act, you're going to let them play with your Constitution. Something that you have to give meaning and definition to things within the Constitution. Wasn't it the same fourth who told us, I will just create a hybrid president, I'll put half a frog with half a lizard and give it to you. Baps your uncle. You've got a hybrid president. Why we fool. Rose Hay. Are we name fool? Lady, how me fit cheat that one, yeah? Rose, hey, good evening. How me fit cheat it this evening? Because she faced it, She a walk and blame media people for talk the truth. Girl run come out and defend her man. And I saw go road. Me I talk to you, darling. Me say if I no saw you go. Girl come out and defend her man. Because we not talk truth about him. And we not cover things fair. When I me talk, me I pick up the argument, because me in a media. And a media you throw a word for. Because media no fit talk. Oh, your man thief. If media road, if media just cover story bias, you don't think a lot of the mainstream media they know say your dash were picking it for the prime minister and they never talk it. You think that was bias reporting? Remember, say if Andre never trouble me, nobody would know say your dash were belly for the prime minister. Wasn't that plain bias reporting to the government by not reporting on a dirty secrets, Rhoda? So how come you come out now? I come forward, Panwe. What is there not to report? So what you want people to do? Walk and tell lie on the other side when your man always, your man and his mate always end up in some disgraceful blunder. And you did run go over cliff, Oh, after 14 years of you and Andrew there, after 14 years of the information of you and the Prime Minister, David, Juliet come all the way up a pulse, come back, you. If mainstream media never play bias for Uno, then we don't run those stories. So not because we not look an election break now, we not go come out and attack when people talk. Once you talk, it's because you're biased. It's because you're PNP. Remember, you did run go over Cliff, Go tell them. Go tell Cliff. Nobody in a parliament no want to talk to me. When they see Miss Wholeness, when them see me, them when I'm here alone, them very nice to me. But when them see Miss Wholeness, them not talk to me. I've been cheated like the other in parliament. I've been cheated like you did see so, you did say it. So I don't know how come all of a sudden you run out on mainstream media. Don't do it. Don't do it. You know something disgraceful and you don't have nothing about allow people to talk. If you do something good, people would not talk. Because say, you did only manage to come tell us your achievement is spending public money. Boy, I accuse media, political and civil groups of media bias, of political bias. What political bias? Andrew give the whole country something to talk about. What you want we figure to make up something else and talk about? If the Prime Minister give us an awful lot to talk about, Rhoda, is exactly what we are going to talk about. Maybe the Prime Minister could help by pulling himself out of one disgrace after the other. That would help. But when you come out here with mutter, nobody now listen to you. But sometimes we have to just up and say, keep in your lane, my girl. And a miss puss, our city puss you are dealing with. You are dealing with we. You are dealing with we, not miss puss, nor city puss. So don't rank yourself. We're going to talk. Tell your man for top thief. Tell your stepson them say for top thief. Your 24, your 21-year-old stepson, Rhoda, we have sharing an estate, bridge, and multi-million-dollar apartment. We just here see as well in buy 24-acre a land for UDC Rhoda. And them something there you figure talk about. Talk to them and tell them, say, ease up now. Too much have come out back to back. Why you not talk about them something there? What you think? We make it up? We don't just want everybody to say the Integrity Commissioner PNP. And that, as long as we don't say the Integrity Commissioner PNP, we not depend the Prime Minister side. The Integrity Commission is an independent body. Then if you root out corruption from under our skin, all Delroy Chuck and mad over is the embarrassment where everybody I look upon them and wonder say if that's one of the thieves. No, Delroy, you shouldn't have to worry about that. We know say all are no thief. So if that are your problem, Delroy, it should really be the least of your problem. It should really be the least of your problem, Delroy Chuck. I wonder say when we soon we are wonder son or thief. Please, I saw you late. You just arrive. So you never know said we know said the whole on a thief. So I mean, see why you having hissy fit. So when we soon we think say I wonder if that's one of the illicit 6. No, we can't just say that's one of the illicit 63. It's simple. All politicians are thief. Me not trust no. Puss. Kitty me or Puss. Come, Prime Minister, come. I wonder though, Prime Minister, if there's any point where your thieving wife and your thieving son will be able to tell us where does Matthew works, how much is Matthew net worth, how did Matthew gain his wealth, and whether or not Matthew bought the 24 acres of land where you would see yourself. It would be interesting to know, Prime Minister, because you remember you're saying we always take set for you. We try to tarnish your good name. Good name, he said, Good name, the Prime Minister said. Something you never came into politics with. And if you talk about if any good name you have it finished at university, sir. The good name of yours finish the day you walk off the graduation stage. Because when you come in politics, you're dirty. Prime Minister, from you enter politics, you're dirty. And we're going to move to Everard Warmington boyfriend now before we go to Donald Trump. But and me one realize communication wise, there's a connection between Rydell Rowe and Everard Warmington. Anyway, we'll get to the debacle, but you know, if you're going to cemetery, you have to rub rum all over your first. So, we're going to rub rum pan with us, then afterward, we're going to cemetery, go walk amongst Duppy. God help us.
I will go without a murmur, and it will stay, follow me. It is well with my soul, with my soul.
Listen, people, take this serious. Raise your spirit. Guard your energy, because we are going to go into Duppy territory, but we must guard your spirit. That's why may I raise on our energy before we go into the cemetery.
It is well. It is well. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. With my soul. It is well. It is well. It is well with my soul. Say don't let nobody use you. Don't let nobody fool you. Oh God, oh you know if you say. I said don't let nobody use you. Don't let nobody fool you. Oh God, tell me so you know if you say. You know if you say. You know what you say. You know if you say. You know what you say. You make I know if you say. Don't let nobody use you. Don't let nobody fool you, no God. You know if you say. It is the hands of God that they want. It is the hands of God that they want. It is the hands of God and they want hope. It is the hands of God they write it on the wall. The prodigal son and God home. Oh prodigal son and God home. Oh prodigal son and God home. It is the hands of God they write it on the wall. Watch out them I reckon I never live on money. Watch out them I reckon on the wall. I bet you hear them right. Watch them reckon on the wall. See the writing on. See the writing on. See the writing on. It is the hands of God that they want. It is the hands of God that they want. It is the hands of God that they want. It is the hands of
All right, my spirit high enough. And I'm not going to go low with him tonight because I was planning to give him a good old, damn old roasting tonight. But I let the devil speak. I will let the devil speak. And then after the devil speak, then I will speak. Because we're not afraid of the devil, you know. We like to challenge the devil.
Why you keep on visiting the church, spying on the church, send people to the church, and make videos? Why?
No, I don't spy the church nor nothing like that. Understand? She said she want to pass by to see Roy the Row. And I said, no problem.
McLean, all I'm saying to you, why you said I am a rubber man? Have you have no secret? Because we want the church to know. You have no secret. You have no.
All right.
Hold on. Do you have any secret for saying, oh,
listen.
See prophet that work up here?
Right, Roy. Are you going to speak to me, or are you going to speak to me with the congregation?
All we want to know why he is trying to bring down the ministry. And everywhere prophet go, he present himself. Why? That's all we want to know. Why? You even said Mr. Shago dead. Why Mr. Shago dead? Bless you. Soon as the video here, hold on, so you can hear it.
That's even the tongue ring them in your mouth where you have can't take it out. You understand? Not even the body where you eat and the clitoris where you eat can't see your man that come at you. You never know so you can cover yourself when you cover man of God. You never know you can cover your little daughter. You never trouble you. You come at man of God. I know you turn up the spiritual realm higher and wicked right now. But if you come at man of God, man of God. The message to go forth and deliver to people. And you come and man of God paid over his soul to mother. What is that? You for right no for not to ride the road church. I'm not a man as I'm not a beer that you know. Sometimes I feel like that's some Holy Ghost down there to lick all 99% out. You know the manners are not a behavior. Go his soul my mother. Don't worry yourself. Me sure it's not him.
Me can't finish, you know why? Me feel the demons are creep round and round. So me don't want them change me energy. Because when you are higher, you look down. And if you are lower, you look up. So because I'm in a higher element today, I'm going to look down. I mean, you hear them use the word church. You hear them use the word man of God. You see, when me be gonna super chat or when me be gonna donate something, then I don't know fat for me. But if you don't go to church and them ask on a ferry, we stay right in a church, broke bank, rob Peter, rob Paul, for people like Rydell, Obia walking pastors. But the sad part of it, listen to the vestry matrash, them in the background. Yes, the women. The vestry matrash. At them, no appear no offering to. Them were taking up offering money, walk obia. Them were taking up offering money, invest in a politics, to get a seat, to come rob more, and to have more power to abuse young people like Dan Query and Mayor Sweary. Nasty Colleen. Oh no, Wayne, you're in your higher element. Dancehall Queen, Colleen Smith. Oh, Rydell can revive you. For the time you go Rydell Church, go walk obia, take bath and prayer. Colleen. How come you can revive? You know, sister, Anyam Rydell and Anyam on out. Oh no, sister Rydell obia down good. Jamaica people, you know why it's so easy to fool we as people? We love superstition. We love superstition. That's why everybody have them way with we. That's why everybody earn out a way. This is the same Rydell we are hope for coming on politics. I want Rydell Obi on the war hit clot. You see, Jamaican women, may have a cuss bad word, yes or no. So I don't know, do not accept the pardon before the bad word, as some my mother used to do. She asks the pardon first, then she cuss the bad word. Jamaica woman, to bumbo clot, licky and lele and idle. Not generalizing, a lot of honor. You know the bloody shirt washers, the one them with a gun in a them handbag and under them pillar. You mothers, you women, look how not cheer on the fuckery in the church, or no so-called church. Somewhere where you ought to have reverence for. When I talk about sucking cock and sucking pussy and sucking mother in a church, so make me talk it on line too. Because I analyze, you know. Those are what people are paying offering to. Those are what people will break the bank to make sure. Prophet Rydell, the gunman, the scammer, the fraudster. Jamaica people, how we fools though. How we fool so is beyond me. Is really beyond me how one set of people can fool so. Then to post I did more than one away. To post I did more than if just one total one away, a fool so. No man, it's terrible. When you look and see, oh, we just support every fuckery so. That's why when we teach anything good on social media, everybody run away because you have to engage in a fuckery to get people's attention. And then everybody run up and down about Trump. Me go move into Trump now. I want to stay with it. Me know enough people don't like the Trump thing, but we have to understand and assess issues for what they are. And please, may I beg you, don't eat off my head. Make me give you my view, and then you can eat off my head after that. Let me set up the list, the Trump list. The one of my researcher sent to me. Hold on. So you are all aware. Now, let me say first, when it comes, I'm a person in the UK where I am a person who fights against arbitrary deportation. Now, what I don't get involved in is what Trump is pursuing, stay with it at the moment, which is illegal immigration, for the purpose that every country has the right to their immigration policy. Now, when it comes to unlawful or extrajudicial immigration, deportation, that's a total different thing, where it isn't the case in this issue. The target is illegal immigration. However, because of race and other racism, race and other elements into it, a lot of people will likely to get caught up in the big brouhaha of things and the ICE crackdown and their targeting. The truth is, it's not something that is very new. And living in the UK here, I can say that because when the Brexit happened, when the withdrawal from Europe, immigrants of all class and color in this country face a huge series of backlash as well. In my view, we have in the past here what I deem worse than Trump, which was our Windrush situation. And stay with it, because the Trump situation, his target in this deportation effort is undocumented or quote unquote illegal immigration, where every country have and can set their policy around that. But the Windrush scandal was something, for me, even worse, because those were people who have right of aboard, people who were born here, people who were living here for like 40, 50 years. After the government burned the London document of the Windrush, a lot of those people were rounded up, deported, prevented from accessing healthcare, education, work, and all sorts of galangin. So that is where I fight against immigration. Another limb of immigration where I fight against as well is what is in this country. America have a similar to that, but it's kind of more loosely. I'll explain the one here. You have what is called automatic deportation, where if you commit an offense and you get a sentence for more than 12 months, then automatically, if you're not born in this country, regardless if you have indefinite, or if you have or if you have neutralized citizenship, you are subject to automatic deportation. not everybody get crossed that bar because they mostly enforce that deportation on the more people with the more serious offenses. But what you have get caught up, there are some people in that particular genre that deserve deportation. Like, for example, a lot of our Jamaican young men come here and all they think of want to do is just the street life, like selling drugs and get into. Once they go to prison, I really don't get involved with those type of deportation. Where I really get involved is when young people come to this country or they've been living here for more than 10 years, especially gone through the education system, and then they get in trouble with the law and the Home Office want to deport them. Those are the deportation I object to. My advice to people in America who are scared, even though they have their legal documentation. And in my view, I think some people are getting the understanding that the deportation thing applies to you because you're non-white or you're immigrant. It's not really that. It's specifically targeting illegal immigrant. That's what the policy is, and closing the border. However, you'll have racist ICE and DEA operative that people with their documentation will get caught up in this thing based on color and geography. My advice, simple, how you navigate this, because you have to navigate many things in life. How you navigate this is, I would advise you, when you're going out, you walk with an identity document or a copy or a photocopy. You don't have to carry the original, a photocopy of your green card or your passport or whatever to alleviate any state harassment. That would be my advice around that area. Let me drink something here. Sorry. In relation to the birthright debacle, Trump will not, that is not, I do not support that in principle or policy. But that is something that Trump will not get far with. Even if the court didn't move ahead, some state didn't move ahead on him in the court. The longest, in my view, this policy would have served for is throughout Trump 4 years. If you have another president, especially a Democrat, they will just overrule that executive order and bring things back to normal. However, there's already 22 states suing Trump already on that issue. The court has already blocked it, so I wouldn't worry too greatly about that because he's not going to get anywhere on that. Now, the closing off of the border and the deportation, he's entitled to do that. What they're not entitled to do, though, is because a lot of people will be more than likely doing asylum claims. What they should not do, but I've seen the British done it before, is you process people asylum claim in a matter of like 24 hours or so, and then refuse the claim and order the deportation. The fact that Trump is using national emergency powers and all that as declare our national emergency or something like that, he can in a lot of these cases, bypass even some of these cases that he should have really processed as asylum claims. So there's a long list of countries and the total amount of people targeted for each country, and it goes in its alphabetical order. Loads of them. Afghanistan, 1,000 odd, Albania, 1,000 odd, Algeria, 300 and odd, Angola, and it goes on in its alphabetical order. But for Jamaica, where is Jamaica? Jamaica is 5,120 people on undocumented people on their list for deportation, and this list would be undocumented people as well as people who have criminal offenses. Now, as I said, some of these people can claim asylum. I don't know how America treat these things. They ought to be treated in international law. If it was on this side of the world, that advice I could have given, how the different processes you can use to frustrate the deportation procedures. But for the American system, that I don't know much of. But the UK, there's 1,451, sorry, 1,157. So it's really a lot of different countries. You would be surprised some of the country, because one wouldn't think that there are elite people from the UK staying in the US illegally, but it does happen. Canada, how much people? 1,290. Cayman, only 2. Comoros, 3. Let me look at the country who have the lowest. Brunei and British Virgin Islands, 4 and 5 respectively. What is Estonia's? I don't know. I can't pronounce that. Never mind. 6. French Guinea, 6. French Polynesia, 2. But Guatemala, there's a lot. Oh, Guatemala, over 250,000 for Guatemala. Honduras, over 250,000 as well. Let me see. Liechtenstein, 1. God, this man tormented. God, no. Mexico, over 250,000 as well. So the top countries are Guatemala, Mexico, and Honduras. Really, those are the top countries when it comes to people who they're really going after. But I see a lot of people who are documented people who are panicking. My advice would be, do not panic. Just if you think that harassment is within your vicinity, then what I would do I would work with a document to prevent the long-term harassment of waiting until the ICE and others have to go through their processes to prove my status. So short term, if one is scared or bothered, that's the advice I would give. But when it comes to illegal deportation, I know a lot of people are not going to agree with me on this, but Barack Obama was actually more ruthless with deportation. The difference with Obama and Trump will just stand on the mic and say it blatantly. The difference with Obama never threatened you at the microphone. What Obama does is arrange a state visit, comes to your country in this shiny pomp and circumstance, and he actually comes to threaten you. Like when he came to Jamaica, he came to threaten Portia Simpson about two things: about Goat Island and about Portia Simpson stop getting involved in preventing him deporting Jamaicans. On record, all American presidents deporting people, you can go and check the record. None was as worse as Barack Obama. The media, though, spoke not much about it. Barack Obama was the worst. That's just the truth. But that's beside the point. A lot of people wouldn't agree with that. But it's just simple, the truth. What I would advise people is you make sure you know how to navigate the system. It's about navigating the system. If you're coming up against state power, it's about knowing how to navigate the system. And a lot of people, because me see it here, and a lot of people can tell you it's like that here. A lot of people, especially those in the dance hall life, or those in the street life, like the juggling life and all of that. A lot of these people will be here for years and they'll waste time in the dance hall or in the street life and never spend enough time focusing and regularize themselves. I do think some of that problem exists in America as well. You cannot blame people for if you're in a country 5, 10, 15, 20 years and legal advice is available to you and you're still struggling on that. Some people really have themselves to be blamed. No, put Jamaica in the context. We know they're far from that problem there now. Because our country has been flooded by Chinese left, right, and center, and we don't know where they're coming from, if they're coming legally or whatever. They're taking a lot of the construction job where Jamaican men think them couldn't get to make a living and move ahead. So I don't get into a country's immigration policy when it comes to illegal or undocumented immigration. It's a duck and dive. You maneuver it and you try to sort your way out and try to get yourself regularized. It's just how the system is. People have always been subjected to deportation. It just gets worse as the time go by. But this mass deportation, trust me, it is not new. Barack Obama did it. As much as you never heard it spoken about, many of that goes on. But media can make things sound awful and dramatic, and media can also refuse to tell you about things. So thank you all very much for being here tonight. My brain is very tired now. Dian, how are you? How are you doing? Yes, some people duck and dive for too long when they can get advice and mount on processes that will help them to regularize themselves. Debbie Jervis, you just come when me tired and I done. Whoa, today the 29, me 50 year and 1 month today. No, sir. Hey, judgment. No, sir. So, we may soon end up in the same problem where we have tell we leaders, you need to do something about the influx of Chinese because them take away supermarket, them a take away start the sidewalk, and them soon come for we stall them, and them a take away the job and the construction, the big construction site and pan the road them. So I'm not going to criticize another country's immigration policy willy-nilly. Just wait until it hits you. You just have to duck and dive and work your way through a country's immigration policy and try to maneuver it the best way for you. Yes, family, remember Debbie Jervis coming back to the full Saturday with a bang, and it's her birthday as well. So make sure on to turn out for the support. And if you're not subscribed to Debbie Jervis yet, make sure on to subscribe and prepare on yourself. Prepare on yourself for the return of Debbie Jervis on her Earth Strong. So, Lawrence Wood, how are you? So thank you all very much for being here tonight. Me, I tired. Anyway, Dan Query saying never dead, eh? I don't bodyguard shot the man. The police is just a goer to the establishment. The establishment did close, but that query need to come address the kitchen part, the kick down part, the shot in a chest part, as well as in the come. Please, can you tell us if you're investigating the shooting dead of Tyrone Harvey in Linstead, York Street, Saturday afternoon? And of course, we want to know why even the sister of the young man, who is a police officer, who it is said Mayor Bell Navis is sleeping with both the brother and the sister, is so quiet on her brother's near death. Are you angry, or are you being told to stay silent? Can you tell us, my dear, if your brother is mad, as Cliff says? Thank you. Good night from the Global Television Group.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.